When my husband and I first bought the house, we loved the house, but the kitchen was this little teeny closet in the middle of the house with walls and two doorways, and you couldn't even have two people in the kitchen at the same time, much less make a meal together in the kitchen. My husband and I just went in one day and talked to Ernest. He came to the house to look at the kitchen, and we ended up working with his designer, and we just really liked his attitude and what he had to say and how he was so helpful. So we decided to go with him right then. When we first talked with Ernest about the budget, I really didn't have a budget in mind, so I was a little bit nervous that I would come in too low or it would be way too much, more than we could afford. But he was really, really easy to talk to and to work with in terms of understanding what we were looking for and what kind of budget, we could work out. When we spoke to the designer, she just had this picture in her head. She said she could see it as if she was looking from above. And she was so able to turn what I was trying to accomplish into reality that I was just very impressed with how she could see my vision and make it happen. We went to the showroom a couple of times, and what I really liked was instead of having to look at 1,000 different samples, she had already seen what my furniture looked like. She had an idea of what my vision was, and so she was able to just give me like a small sample and say, here's a couple of different shades of the cabinet. It really was an easy process. Instead of me having to choose from thousands of options, she had already narrowed it down based on what my vision was and what my furniture and what my lifestyle was. And it just worked. It worked so seamlessly. It saved so much time for us without having to travel and go figure out where to, look for other things. So everything was handled, just one-stop shop, which made it very easy. When they first came to start the demolition, it was a little bit scary at first because they were knocking down walls and everything, but they did such a great job and they did it so fast. They did it within one day, where they had plastic sheets hung where we didn't have any kind of dust or debris in the rest of the house. The communication was ongoing, and he was continually checking to make sure the work was being done satisfactorily and that cleanup was done. And so every day, at the end of the day, it was done. There wasn't anything left, that I had to worry about. I think the biggest benefit of working with Gilbert Design-Build is that everything is done from start to finish with one contact, with one company. We had this kitchen remodel done 7 years ago, and it still looks like it's brand new, and we absolutely adore it. I feel so comfortable that I could go back to him for any of my, home remodel needs, and he would be able to understand my needs and translate it into reality. I would recommend Gilbert Design-Build to anyone. I feel so strongly about what they did for us, how they understood our needs, how they were able to turn it into reality, how the working relationship was so comfortable, how we still have a very comfortable, friendly relationship. They feel like family. And so I would have no hesitation in recommending them to anyone.